files, I am not at all in Trump's base. However, I care deeply about it because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these young girls were raped by what? By what? Did they rape themselves? No, they got raped by people who are in powerful positions. And I want to know how many of those individuals are currently serving in our government in some role or the other.
One hopes that I don't have to, edit that word out too much. But in this clip, we're going to watch. So Anna Kasparian, this is the only place I can find this clip is on TYT. I wish I could find the original because Cenk does a little too much talking. But stick with me, guys. In this clip, we are going to watch Anna Kasparian is going to dismantle the whole panel, especially Kevin O'Leary. This is about the Epstein situation, the Epstein client, list, all of the gaslighting that's been going on with Trump's and his base, what he's been lying to his base. I don't even know anymore. I don't know what else to say, but Kevin O'Leary said some pretty sick things. Kevin O'Leary gets pretty sick. That's why I wish I could find the whole clip. I might have to see if I can find it online. But in the meantime, let's watch a little bit. Let's watch the clip, and then we'll go from there, guys. Please stick with me. Thank you for everybody who made it here. Don't forget to like the subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that's watching.
For 18 hours a day. How many minutes do you think they spend worrying about this stuff? Maybe they were raped, maybe they weren't. This is not what American families give a damn about.
Last night, Anna went on CNN Newsnight, where she discussed the Epstein files. But as you just saw, her fellow panelist, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, as he's known, was not as concerned about how Epstein and almost certainly others abused young girls. Here's more of Kevin O'Leary and Anna debating the issue.
Nobody gives a damn about Epstein because he's still dead, okay? He's still dead. No one gives a damn.
No, people give a damn.
What they care about, look at the American economy right now. A lot of people had a lot of mistrust on the tariff issue. Economy's on fire. The average person at the kitchen table is not worrying about Epstein. Don't give a damn. They want to provide for their family, and they are.
The Epstein client list that's going to take down all of your Democratic enemies.
Bring it.
Yeah, well, yes, bring it. Donald, please. Donald,
nobody gives a poop.
You don't give a poop, okay? Other people do, including people like me who want justice. And I want to know how many of those people are in our government.
I don't know about
poop about this.
There's more to life than the American economy. There's justice and the fact that we might have pedophiles serving in our government right now.
Oh my goodness, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what people care about is how to feed their families and how the economy grows and take care of their futures. This stuff is poop on a stick. Nobody gives. I got to say.
Now, Cenk, I want to bring you in here. We have more. But
so the thing is, he says it's poop on a stick. Nobody cares. These kind of statements. But the thing is, a lot of Americans, he's right. You ask, if you go outside and you ask somebody on the street, how do you feel about the Epstein files? They're probably going to be like, what? I get that. But that's how it is, period. So just because people don't know or have a lot of information to something doesn't mean that certain things should not be taken care of. Anna's right. How many of these people are still in our government being blackmailed? And what are they doing exactly with that blackmail? What kind of decisions are being made? You sit here and you stand in a long line to elect a congressman, and then somehow there's a blackmail operation that he's like, not to say a part of, but like he might be implicated in it. And so you stand in that line to have that person represent you, but now they vote against your benefits because not only are they being paid by the lobbyists, now there's a blackmail list that they have to, maybe the owner of that list comes back and says, hey, you're going to vote this way on this topic, right? And so when do the people win? It's just extraordinary. I just want to see, though, because it's like, I really don't care about Cenk's 1-2 step about this. Let me see if I'm just, Anna Cass, because sometimes you can look it up and then on CNN, Epstein, because you can look it up and sometimes CNN will have it. Bet we found it, guys.
What they care about, look at the American economy right now. A lot of people had a lot of mistrust on the tariff issue. Economy's on fire. Indexes.
later in the show. But just one thing that you said.
All right, so now hold on, because he's saying the thing about the poo-poo.
A damn. They want to provide for their family, and they are. America's working.
So
And this is the
so
American.
hold on. Let me just say,
100% working.
Jerome Powell just announced that he's going to hold off on cutting interest rates again
Who
because
cares?
of the tariffs, and we've already started to see the inflationary pressures.
We have a lot
associated with
more
those
on the
tariffs.
economy later in the show, but just one thing that you said, Kevin, that I think is,
Epstein's alive?
No. There are two aspects of it. I mean, I think on the one hand, I think you're right that it's kind of like a niche interest here, this Epstein thing, but the niche is Trump's base, people in Trump's base. But secondly, on the broader picture of what is happening in the country and how do Americans feel about it, CBS YouGov poll asked, how do you think things are going here in this country? 61% said very or somewhat badly. That's not exactly a great indictment of the Trump economy. And then on top of that, to what I was saying earlier, on the Epstein files, this is what Republicans want. 83% want the files released. So I think both of those things is part of why Trump is having a hard time right
Abby,
now.
I hope they release them.
They're
They'll
not,
still be dead.
Yeah. He will still be.
But the thing is, and then here's the thing. She goes back to doing what everybody's been doing. They keep making it about Trump and his approval ratings. Don't you see the bigger picture? Like I just described, that we have people who are probably, again, being like blackmailed into, this type of like decision making. Who knows? It's too corrupt. What kind of system is this? We're supposed to believe that we're being represented, right? But there's all these other layers that go on top of this representation. Even the lobby money, like AIPAC, Speaker Mike Johnson was on a space today, which was really ridiculous. He was on a Twitter space, and it was softball. And I was like, I wish I could have got up there to ask him, why did he vote for the FISA court, the 702 section of FISA court where they said you didn't have to let the person know you were getting warrants, where we basically could be spied on still with this Patriot Act. And the people didn't want it, and people were going off about it, and he voted for it anyway. And is it because the $300,000 you get from like AIPAC or something, whatever? People do not have time to take time out to vote for you or, elect you or whatever, bring you to the top in this political food chain, only to find out that they need to find $300,000 in their back pocket to give to you in order for you to get something done for them. And then on top of that, and I'm not saying he's on the list, by the way, I'm not. But I'm saying, and now in general, maybe now I do have the $300,000 to buy you as a politician, but I don't have a blackmail thing because I would never get involved with that type of stuff. It's just not cool. It's more than just not cool.
He will still
He's
be
gonna
dead.
be dead for a long time.
But Trump lives and dies on his base.
Yeah.
And the base right now they're unsteady.
I don't understand why he hasn't released the files, as he said. It's one of the reasons I believe that they released today the files on Martin Luther King Jr., because now he's able to show, hey, look, I told you I was going to release the MLK file, the JFK file, and also the Epstein file. It's going to take a little bit of time. I don't know the reason why. Personally, I don't think people are going to find Donald in that file as much as they think that they're going to. That's just my personal opinion, kind of knowing him for a decade and a half. Nevertheless, I want to see the file. I am sick and tired of all of the conspiracy theories that are popping up. If you are a detractor, yeah, he's guilty of something. If you are a supporter, he didn't do anything. This is all nonsense. How about just put the documents in front of the American people, release it, and let us then examine the documents, as we call it in law, documentary evidence. It'll speak for itself instead of listening to all the nonsense.
I would love for them to release the files. I am not at all in Trump's base. However, I care deeply about it because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these.
Yeah, she's going to start using the R word. So we already did go there or whatever. So the point is, well, number one, I don't understand when they give these black girls braids on these shows. Like, this is just way too much hair. It didn't have to be like that. Okay, anyway. So, she has a lot of nice hair, but like, it's like, like I have a lot of hair. My braids don't. So anyway, but I mean, it's a nice style. It is. She's a pretty girl. It's just a lot. That's got to be heavy. Sorry. Coming back to the point. The thing is that Anna made the great points, and people are arguing about this in every which way but the right way. What took place in our government? This is a stain. By the way, this isn't even a secret. The rest of the world's looking at us like, look at America. What is going on? And yes, the rest of the world is corrupt too, but this is just bad. This is just really bad. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.